Good evening, everyone. Paul Temple here from the Diamond Light Network. And this is our Tuesday evening heart circuit activation practice. I'm going to teach an energy practice. It's kind of a meditation practice that activates our heart centers. And it helps us remember that we are beings of light. You know, we have deep cultural programming that tells us we're just biological organisms that are parasites here on this little ball of fuzz floating through space. But as we connect in with our hearts, which is the home of the soul, the seat of the soul, and the seed of divine consciousness, we begin to remember that we are actually more than that we are connected to this vast luminous network of light, to quantum consciousness, to the infinite power, the creative force of all being, the beauty of all that is. And this is a very simple practice that just helps us reconnect with that. Over the last several centuries, actually millennium, thousands of years, we have lost contact with our hearts and with quantum consciousness. And this is a practice for this time that is to help us activate our heart centers and remember that we are connected. All things are connected. You know, we hear that phrase a lot. And it's through the heart that this connection happens. And I'm not talking about the anatomical heart. I'm talking about the energy center of the heart that's even different than the heart chakra. This is the pearl of light, we call it, that resides in the center of the chest. Actually, it is in the heart chakra. It's sometimes called the bindi in the heart chakra. But it is a seed of light. And it is encoded, each of us is encoded differently with our soul memory, our soul purpose. And it helps us remember our soul awareness and drop back into that vast, expansive connection to soul being. Our soul self is our sovereign self. We keep wondering, what is our authentic self? What is my sovereign self? It is that aspect, that level of consciousness that dwells in our heart. So the more we connect with our heart, the more that we come into our power and our sovereignty and our authenticity and the truth of what is. Because there are many illusions and delusions and distortions happening in the outer world and the culturalized world. As we connect with the heart, we don't get pulled off by that as much. Because we learn how to drop into the truth of our heart and our soul and our ancient spiritual memory. So that's the purpose of the practice, to help us both individually remember our hearts. And it's not easy because we live in a culture that doesn't really support it. So this practice, it's a visualization that helps with that. But also the purpose is to begin to raise the consciousness of humanity to a more heart-centered culture and civilization, so that we really can operate, everyone collectively, from this place of heart consciousness. And we do that one heart at a time, but it keeps spreading and spreading. And there are many ways and practices to awaken the heart, to awaken that soul memory. This is one. And it's powerful and simple. And but that is the purpose of the Diamond Light Network, is to help us remember that diamond light, that Vajra light in our hearts. The practice and the sound work that I do. So I'll teach the practice through instruction, and then we'll do a sound meditation that offers a transmission, kind of a psychic transmission, a vibrational transmission of that Vajra light. So in Tibetan Buddhist practice, the Vajra is that diamond, pure diamond essence. That is our essential nature. And the Vajrayana practices of Tibetan Buddhism are to help us remember the diamond light in our hearts and that pure essential nature that is within us. So, yes, this practice is rooted in Vajrayana Buddhism. It's not actually a traditional Vajrayana practice or teaching, but I have studied and been involved in Vajrayana practice for many years. But this is a practice that came to me through my intuitive guidance. The more that I practiced and the more that I worked with sound, the more that I began to connect with my own intuition and higher guidance, so that I began to get instruction in these teachings that is helpful for people in this time to begin to connect with their own hearts and their own intuition and their own inner wisdom. So before we go into the practice, I'm going to show you an image of the heart circuit. And let's see, there it is. So what you see there is a seed figure, and in the center of the chest there is an orb of light. It is the pearl of light, we call it, but as that pearl begins to glow and grow, it becomes a larger orb that really warms the center of the chest. And then from that orb of light connects the circuit. And the circuit is 6 axes of light, one going down to the heart of the earth, up into the sky, and then out horizontally in the 4 directions. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to talk through the instruction, but I wanted you to get that image before we close our eyes. So to start, I invite you to bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes, and just take a deep breath. And you can begin to visualize with your inner eye, your inner seeing, that orb of light in the center of the chest. Visualization is a very powerful, magical tool to begin to manifest energy, to begin to magnetize a higher reality by visualizing, telling our consciousness what we want to generate. So visualizing in the center of your chest that beautiful glowing orb of light. And this is the first step of the practice, is visualizing the orb of light in the center of your chest. Beautiful, radiant, diamond effervescence. You might begin to feel warmth and love and a sense of at-homeness as you drop into your own heart center. This practice of bringing the hands to the heart generates heart resonance, meaning it aligns our mind-brain consciousness with our heart consciousness. It's a beautiful, simple practice from the Heart Math Institute. And now that we have connected into the heart, we build the circuit. The first step of that is from that orb of light, we send a spiral of energy down through your root chakra, down, down, down to the heart of the earth. Rooting like a great tree, down, 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 spreading your roots into this beautiful, luscious, fertile earth. And the earth begins to remember you as part of the earth, just as a tree with its roots are part of the earth, rooted in the earth. So too the earth remembers you and nurtures and feeds you through these earthly spiral roots. And then we inhale back up from the earth through the root chakra back into the heart. That axis has two spirals of energy, double helix, one descending, one ascending, connecting you, breathing your connection up and down with the heart of the earth. And then on our next exhale, we send the next spiral of energy from the heart up through the crown chakra, up into the stars, reaching up, up, up into connecting with your star family, your star guides, up to the heart of the galaxy, up to the very heart of creation, the heart of the universe. You are connected with quantum consciousness, with the primordial creative force of all being. Inhaling, descending spiral back down through your crown into your heart. So again, double helix, axes of light, descending, ascending, connecting your heart with the heart of creation, up into the stars. So now we have these double helix spirals of energy moving through the spine, connecting heaven and earth as we become a conduit for these ancient, vast forces of light and life and creation. Remembering, you are connected, you are plugged in, earth, sky, potent channels of luminous awareness. And now we move to the horizontal plane. I hold my arms out for this. It helps me actualize these axes. So from the heart, I send a spiral of energy through my left arm, my left hand, sending it across the earth, out into multidimensional space, connecting into the net of light, the web of light, the jeweled fabric of the universe. Inhaling back into the heart, exhaling across to the right now, sending energy, connecting Inhaling back. So now we have left, right spirals of energy connecting in the heart with those earth-sky spirals, forming a great cross. Activating, awakening, connecting, remembering. So we are receiving and sending, inhaling and exhaling light through these spirals, double helix, vortices. And then the final step, we move into 3 dimensions, front and back. So from the orb of light in the center of the chest, I send forward into multidimensional space, connecting into the grid work, the great net of light that is the fibrous essence, the fibrous structure of our luminous consciousness. Inhaling back. Exhaling behind, sending, connecting, inhaling back. So now we have 3 dimensions. Earth, sky, left, right, front, back. This is your circuit that wires you into the great radiant matrix. The Tibetans call it the jeweled fabric of the universe, of which every heart is an essential part. So I invite you to hold yourself in this architecture, holding this visualization, very powerful meditation and magical manifestation practice to manifest your light grid, your heart power, your soul memory. Remembering your ancient soul self, your luminous essence that is your diamond radiance. And as you hold yourself in this architecture of light, I will move into the sound transmission. Just let yourself receive and bathe in the vibrational purity of the bowls and the chanting. They carry a transmission, a vibrational transmission of the Vajra light, the diamond radiance. As the words of the instructions speak to our brains, the vibrational medicine speaks directly to the heart.
Gade Barazam Gade Bodhisva Gade Gade Bara Gade Barazam Gade Bodhi Gade Gade Bara Gade Barazam Gade Bodhisva Gade Gade Bara Gade Barazam Gade Bodhisva
In the three worlds, all Buddhas depend on the great heart sutra mantra, and mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fear exists. Far from every confusing view, they dwell in the pure land of Nirvana. Therefore, know that the great heart sutra mantra is the great transcendent mantra, is the great bright mantra which is able to relieve all suffering and distress. So proclaim the Prajnaparamita mantra, the mantra that says, So bringing your hands back to your heart where we started. Remembering your luminous circuit of light, your heart star that connects your heart with all the other hearts in creation, that connects you with these infinite primordial forces of the universe. Observing how you feel when your heart is connected and plugged in. Remembering on a cellular energetic level your deep ancient soul presence. This practice is easy to do anytime, any place. You don't even really need to close your eyes. You can actually just hold out your hands. I find that's a good way to initiate it. And just boom, there it is. Plug in. Or bringing your hands to your heart. Generating heart light. The Tibetans call it bodhicitta, noble heart energy. And as we close, we can actually do what's called the dedication of merit, where we take the good heart awareness, the good energy, the bodhicitta that we have generated here this evening, and we offer it out through the grid work to the benefit of all beings, to help all the beings in all creation remember the light in their hearts. So taking a moment, connecting with your orb of light, and then offering, sending energy out. May great waves of energy manifest in all realms without obstacle for the benefit of all sentient beings. And as a final closing, you can actually draw those axes back into the heart, kind of spool the heart and draw them back in. The channels are always there and always open to some degree, but don't want to be too open and vulnerable as we proceed back into life on Earth. But anytime you can reconnect, reawaken your heart circuit to become a heart star. There's an image of it here above my head. Very simple. This is some of the magic of geometric form, visualizing geometric form to actualize energetic constructs and connect you into your power, your heart power, your authentic sovereign heart soul self. We need to unwind the culturalization that is so deeply imprinted on us for generations and generations and generations. We have been taught taught to forget and to negate and deny the heart. You know, we know it mythologically as the center of love, you know, Valentine's Day. But it is much, much more than that. So, and Valentine's Day is good too. My Valentine is here reminding me that Valentine's Day is good too. The heart, heart, heart. Yes, yes. So I thank you for joining me this evening. If you want to keep connected, you can join our Facebook group, Diamond Light Network. You're welcome to leave a comment on this live stream. We love to see the comments there. It's wonderful to know that people are out there benefiting from it and hearing it and seeing it. We also have a website, diamondlightnetwork.com. You can sign up on our email list there. We do offer ongoing programs, free live streams like this, and then other, we do private programs on Zoom, different kinds of trainings and transmissions and other practices to help awaken the heart. And you can track that all on either the website or the Facebook group. So I thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you, thank you. Namaste, namaste. Good night.